I'm afraid so.
Just sit.
Right, Archie and I had a wee wander around the plots as we did before the AGM, and you know, apart from Charlie's and the two rubbish tips that are in the plots, I mean, we've even got ones up at the far end there are now being worked, plots are, you know, in my recollection, there's more plots being worked at the moment than there has been for a good number of years.
I done potatoes in the day, the last man.
I gave him potatoes this morning.
He's put them in the day.
But I was wondering, now where are we in this? See this one here?
I reckon we would do a plot after that.
There's trees sort of bounded up about here and that, right?
That's what you plot was.
And I think you could get that one used. I know there's rubbish on this bit here.
This is the one where the trees are actually, number 12 there. 12,
number 11.
12. No, 11's yeah, next to me is the area where the trees and that are. That could be worked.
Yeah, I think so. Just, you know, I don't know what, you can't call, I was going to call it 13, I realised.
I know, exactly. What you're talking about.
Why don't we try and do small starter plots for people if they're really, really keen, get them in and give them like we have plots?
Well, funnily enough, that was one of the things we'd been talking about doing that up at this area, but people have taken over whole plots up there and started. So what I was going to suggest is that one down there, we could transfer that idea down to that bit down there.
That's a good idea.
That's
You know,
that's all work.
Yes.
But then it's all rubbish.
But what we could do is...
find is rubbish, even old bone, you know, somebody who dies.
But what we could do is show anyone interested in coming over. Look, we've got this area of land, do you want to work it?
You know,
I mean, then it's their decision. It doesn't matter. If they think they can work it.
Up the top there,
Exactly.
if you want to work that.
Someone may work it. There's land there that could be worked.
You know.
We know it's...
I mean, nobody used to go there, even the little road, you know, the one that goes to the end. I chop it down myself to open up. But in the summer it's like a jungle. You know, the apple tree I cut it last year, is it? So now it's alright. But it was the other one who was in the floor, you know, I pull it up.
It was obviously a big step for a greenhouse.
I mean, nobody cares, you know. I clean it up myself a little bit. But there, the other bit, it's all a pile of rubbish. I went there. I even find, you know, a clock, a German clock, probably somebody will jump in. Rubbish, but it's full of rubbish, you can't deal with it.
The thing is, we can ask people that are struggling with the plots if they would like to share.
It's meant to be used for organic stuff and people were throwing old books, bottles, you name it, all the crap in the day, so that's why they had to stop it.
Even along the thing, I clean it up a lot of stuff, all bottle, you know what I mean?
had to stop it.
The other, last week, 2 weeks ago, I saw a big hole over there, so I had to put something there, you know, glasses and then all the wheelbarrow and all the rest.
Well, I must admit,
to close the
you're a
hole.
little better than myself.
There's actually a path all the way around these plots, and for most of it you can't even see.
And at the end, the one is a rotten tree which bent down everywhere, you know. So one day when you are ready, go there, try to get rid of the tree and put a support. That's where they jump in, you say the boy and all the rest, whatever, you know.
But we could still see...
once a month when everybody's here, we can do a tour around, and then have to close the hole or reinforce the thing, you know, because one by himself, he can't do it, you know.
Well, it wouldn't be up to the person coming on to reinforce the outer perimeter fence, but someone could be shown that bit of land and said, do you want to take this on? It's a bit of a mess, hasn't been worked for a long time, what do you think? The onus could be put on them to see if they wanted to work that land.
Last week with
if someone wants to clean it up, someone might like the project, someone might like the work.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's been proved, because there's still already been work.
Exactly. So there's no reason why we couldn't show someone that bit of land and open it up.
I think we've done that with that one. That was a nice store at one point, and then John Guy took it on.
But I think most of them were when most of it
well, that is it, because what
know.
happens is when people decide to give up their plots, is that long? It's a mess anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, before all the plots, it was just all glass and rubbish, and all of them were all the same. Yeah, it's just that gradually they've got better and better.
Well, I think that's
as well, is it?
Well, that's the worst thing, it's the carpets. It only costs £4 that using all the stuff, which is not much.
No, but the fence at the end, what I'm saying, one before time, once a month or something, you need 2-3 men there to cut the tree and put a support because the tree is
So
pulling
the
you
fence
down.
on.
Somebody jump in top. Some of them I cut the few branches which are very easy to jump in top and then jump in. I cut them, you know, but...
It's a tree on the side of the fence.
Yeah.
Well, that's the side of the side of
He
it.
bend over here, you know.
That's the side of the side of the fence. She's on the side.
Right, the idea of opening up that far bottom area, how many people try that?
Well, offer it and see.
We don't lose anything by trying to
Have you got a waiting list of
on the
people
list.
looking for plots?
Yes.
Well, why don't you approach some of them and ask them?
Can they be told, Janet, that we've got an area, it's a bit rough, it hasn't been worked for a long while, it's a mess, would you be interested? It's a and someone may want to come down and say, yes, you know what, we'll be
Try already there to clean up a bit
You
the
said,
top of it. You
No?
need a young man, strong one, and probably 6 or 7 months or a year.
That's what
Just clean up a bit like this.
That'd be what
It's a mountain, you know, of rubbish, you know. Where you gonna end, what you gonna do? You know, just put your name there, when you die, they just put you there with a bit of soil on top. And that's you done, is it?
Don't you worry about behind you, not put your big soil on the wall.
So we're going to offer out number 12 here.
But I don't know what we'll call it. How will we number it? 'Cause
Well, I've left the number 12. That's what we're talking about.
Well, hold on, we need to, wait a minute, it's number 12
it's a big area,
there, it's number 12 we're talking about?
Yeah,
What we said Tuesday
yeah,
then?
yeah.
Right, no problem, it's already there, it's number 12 anyway.
That can be,
All right, okay,
So that is going to be,
Okay, we've got
How many plots have we got?
He's joined that, we have.
Basically, that was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
the
Okay.
one, you know what I mean?
Right.
How many plots have we actually
So
got?
what one are we,
First is
what one are we
we're talking
going to,
about.
number 12?
This is
The one
Around
from Redmond
number
and
12,
Jane?
yes.
That's to be coming,
But
what
64.
area?
64.
Well, actually,
Sorry, no, no, no.
Today 64.
No. 64 Tom McKenna.
Couple of bits that are unworked.
aye.
Alan,
Into the 60s then.
Alan, Tom McKenna is now 64 because we've had to shift all the top ones to work it out. I'll show David how we've done it, so for the purpose of paperwork. David, if you don't mind, that's all right.
64.
So that's going to be from new
Then there's a
plot,
space,
opens
space,
up new,
space,
or
65.
plots.
And then it work out,
And what
because Anne's taking on her 67, she's taking on the back one.
So are we making that two
behind
plots,
here.
Alan?
Behind that.
Are we making that two
Well, we haven't
plots?
voted yet, but I think we should try that. We've got nothing to lose by trying that, I don't think. It's just one thing we can...
We've got an area of land there that's potentially 2 plots, 12 and 13, potentially, that people could be shown to see if they're interested in working any of that land.
Yeah.
And with nothing to lose.
And if they're keen enough, they'll take it on,
Aye,
and then
exactly.
when a plot comes up, as they do,
They can move on
be the
to a
first
better
people
one.
on to the next one.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, right, well we'll vote for that then, right?
Okay.
So, in favour of trying that?
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to call it 13 now, right?
12 and 13.
12 and 13.
One plot's the most bad as it was at the top. Workable.
Right, that's...
Right. You got any? No, you got anything else? Right, anybody want to raise?
Do you have any feedback about the thieving that's happened, the break-in that happened by our allotment? Do you have an update about that? Because do you not know anything about that?
I just heard something about...
Container.
Do any of you know about that? So, there was someone on the plot broke into that.
Well, someone broke in. Someone broke
And
in.
it's alleged it's somebody on this plot that,
Oh, that happens quite a lot.
but they broke into that.
What happened?
How do we know it's some people
They're
that
saying that they come in from the plots.
The container was broken into two, but nothing to do with the
But
container.
anything can come in from outside. We've been here when people have been in from outside. So how does it become a plot member that did it?
Well, Someone's gone in from
They came from the inside. They came from the inside of the plot, and they broke in via.
And in the process, they broke into
our plot as well.
Into our plot. Right. Nothing was taken from ours except the big old bit of wood that when we first moved on, we took out the communal store. That, a big old lump of wood was removed from our plot. Taken over Alan's plot with our watering butt kicked down and stuff. You may have noticed a couple of days, Alan, that was down, and put next to it. And I guess they've used that then to ram in. So the point is, there's some sort of planning gone on whereby they've moved this lump of wood in order to use that as a
That's why it was alleged that somebody on the inside because they have access.
Well, the break-in has happened from our land into the bakery. That's all we know.
Right.
But was there any feedback from the police when they came? Do we know any more than that?
No,
has anyone
that's all. Went up the wall and all that, and he says, well, they never come over the wall because there's a kind of damp day. He says, there's no track, no gas, no plating down. The other dad's had the key. Yeah. And they come in the way, and he says, there's somebody that knows the inside of the place. No, inside of the bakery. I said, I don't know anything inside the bakery.
Now there's somebody used to work in the bakery.
So I don't know. So they took a chair out of my chair. They took a chair out of that chair of mine. They stood in that chair, took a board above the door off, got their hands down, they know how to get their hands in, got their hands down behind the iron door, got their hands in over the door, then took the board off, down, and pulled the snip of the iron door, and opened the iron door, and got the chair in, and went over the top of the wall, into the bakery, stole the keys, got back up the van keys, and away.
Right. So it's stole vans?
They stole the 2 vans.
Right.
Well, I don't think any concerned at all.
It was done by the allotment though, it was done inside the allotment, the back door, that's why.
It was an inside job, and that was inside the bakery.
Right.
I've got a question. See the people that haven't working their plots, should be giving them a time fixed.
Yes, I was going to say that part.
And get them out if they're no interested.
I've just agreed to that part.
So what, for the people
We never agreed on a time, did we?
No, basically a letter from today, 1 month to
Clear
the pots. Because they think they got their rules anyway when they get pots, don't they?
Well, that's how I get more copies, and I'm sending everybody a copy.
It tells you the work they're digging and all that.
Would that be done then, Janet? The people that are not working the plots will be told they've got 1 month? Yeah?
Yeah, basically.
You've got a wait list for people to come in then.
Sorry, did we say which plots are concerned? Have they been mentioned? Is there a point of mentioning them? Maybe, so we're all in the clear that we know.
Well, basically what they should be done is the people in the committee and the top table should be going round to all the plots, making note of who hasn't worked
who's
the
working and who's not.
And then the letter gets sent to them because speaking to them doesn't seem to be working. So
it just becomes personal.
I want send them a letter and then it keeps us right. You know what I mean? Because there's no point of saying, oh, what your plot, and then they can turn around and say, well, you never said anything. So,
I'll suggest...
Get a copy of it, and that means that they know fine well what's happening.
I'll suggest that we take a walk round in 2 weeks' time. Because we took a walk round this morning, didn't we?
That's right.
And we looked at, I would say, about 10 plots that were now very great.
Very bad condition.
Well, in saying that, I was counting Charlie's 2 and I was counting Haggerty's 2 as well.
Just to clarify with the Haggertys, have they just got a letter saying that for the time members meeting they've been asked to leave the plots, come and pick up the stuff?
Well, I was going to come to that. I would do that. I'll send that letter.
Right.
I would send a recorded delivery as well, because usually people say they haven't received.
Well, but actually,
to be honest,
you're going to have a slight problem there because probably aren't unless anything was different, aren't we?
The only address I've got, because I know they were moving and I haven't seen Richard to get a new address off, but I do have
what's his name? What was it?
Jim's
address.
They were in a few days ago, and they were already carrying all the conic and
just put
rubbish in. Put it that way.
And that's another thing, he brings in rubbish and get...
Pure rubbish were bringing in, they just buried it. They just turned the pot and let them walk away.
The thing at the gate, this
access to the plots, I mean, it's a hell of a bloody mess, isn't it? You know, just stop dumping anything at all there.
Yeah.
Well, people are putting stuff at the access to the plots and mainly window frames, and they'll get broken, and I don't know who puts them there. But whoever they are, they don't
But
clean it up.
exactly, nobody admits to it.
I don't know who put them there.
I told them
Can we stop a minute?
I'll get my card
Stop.
out today. I'm going
We
to...
brought this up at the AGM because I wanted that. That was the one thing we said. We said if people are bringing heavy stuff in, right,
Take it out.
and it's in the AGM minutes, right. That was discussed at last October. We were going to let people put their name on it, and it had to be moved within a week. Because some of the stuff, sometimes it's pouring the rain, sometimes you're bringing heavy stuff in, right? But if it's not moved within a week, then it just became everybody's to use, and that was the way we were going to work it.
Aye, well that's fine, but that doesn't account for people leaving windows and nobody
Well,
something not broken.
Well, what happened, there was wood left there from, I was up at Christmas holidays and it was there.
That's
I
right.
came up in January, it was there.
And
I
there
came
was
up in
slabs
February and there was slabs.
Well, we
And
could use
I was building stuff and I took away some bits
One of the
of the
biggest
broken
problem
slabs.
is everybody leaves the other person to do it. But nobody's committing themselves. I mean, it's okay, oh well, you're in the committee, you should be doing it. No, it's everybody's job to do it. And I'm personally getting sick of being the fall guy. How come you've not done that?
Do we have a place we can move that to? The stuff at the front. Where can we move it to? We wish to get that clear. Where can we
See that window
we have
frame?
any
That's not been
area
moved into the big bin or something.
Well, the container is.
Look, it's not good.
Right.
Well, they're saying they're all not broken.
So basically what we should actually have is a fence,
No
make
grass in it.
Yeah.
What good is that?
so that
There is
they
no
can
action,
put plants
no.
there
One of
for
them
them
is
to
I mean, well that one.
they can
Ah,
collect
it's going to
it.
use
Rather
that
than
for
waiting
short
around
tools.
and getting
Well,
slashed.
we'll take it then.
That's the best place round by the back of the container.
I would say so because we're never ever going to get that bit.
Okay.
I'll end up with broken again.
No.
Everybody should bring stuff in.
Yeah. But the stuff that's there at the moment has got to be moved.
That's got to be. If we wanted to bring a motor or something, whatever it was, they couldn't get it in.
Well, I think if you piled that up in front of that door, then they wouldn't be able to I suppose it's a fire door, is it?
Is it
that
just
why
the
it's
rubbish
there?
that's there
That door?
today? We're talking
Right.
about...
Yeah, rubbish is there. Where can we move it?
I'll get
Piles the slabs up, nobody's
Well, I
going to
don't mind doing it today as well.
I'll get a table clear up
Round the corner.
I think it's not that bad. No,
But it'd
it's
be a
not that
fire
bad.
door.
It's
It's
just
cement, no cement.
where the window frame's coming from and nobody's
Well, at one
using
time
them.
when there was the windows, there was people were using for greenhouses.
I know,
But we're not just saying that, we're not getting that far down the bottom. I must have, I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of frames of glass in the ground.
Right.
I know, not been used.
All right,
Time,
okay.
I know.
Oh, that's okay. Right.
You're right.
You were in the Arcus last night, you're from back.
Any other?
Well, basically I got a letter from June, which wasn't very nice, and I want the committee to issue it. I don't want to be here when it's been dealt with. It was regarding non-payment of rent, screaming and bawling like a banshee. So basically I'm not prepared to put up with that from MD. No, I'm not putting up with shouting and bawling for nothing.
And there was shouting and bawling back as well.
Well, and as for charging up, I've just had a slip disc, and I've been off since the week before Christmas up till I come up to the plots, and I can in the plots where I've walking sticks the 1st of March. I'd up before, but the 1st of March was basically the day that I could actually move properly. Your excuse were that nobody was here to pay the rent. Now, I'm not the only person in here.
The opening day is the day for paying the rent.
The AGM, yes.
Yeah.
Now, Stella knew about it because I spoke to Stella on the phone regarding her plot. So Stella's plot's got nothing to do with the issue. Now, it's the person that we asked regarding rent come up to pay after 8 months £5 towards their rent.
That's too far gone.
Yeah. And Carol apparently said, no, I wasn't there. Says, well, we're getting it in dribs and drabs. And meanwhile, all I heard was somebody shouting and bawling, and I didn't hear Carol shouting and bawling, I heard June shouting and bawling like a banshee. And when Carol asked me to come up the path to see to it, June was dragging John with the scruff of the neck, come on, get away, get away, get away, and then proceeded to come down the road and start going like this to her head and her nose, and I thought...
Oh, hey, stop exaggerating! Stop exaggerating!
Yes, and I thought, what a bunch of that is.
I know, right. The total absolutely lies and exaggeration. That's why I've got to remark to it.
No.
I'm sorry I have to raise my voice, but I have to remark to it lies like that.
Excuse me, can I have my say here now,
Right,
please?
June can speak now, because there's a letter there for you.
Excuse me. This is what the letter was about. At the AGM, I approached Carol with Stella's rent money, and she says, no, see Janet. I went to Janet. Excuse me, would you let me have my say?
Don't interrupt, she's speaking.
Could I have my
Could you take the letter, commission, see the letter right now, and then what we'll do
I'm going to tell you what's in the letter right now. I approached you. I went to Janet and I says, I've got Stella's rent money. Oh, could you see, I'm sorry I can't remember your name, the chairperson. No, Stella will have to see me, she's not been working her plot. I says, but no, she has been working her plot because John has been bringing Michael and Stella to the plot, bagging up loads of rubbish. John has a problem of removing the rubbish, right? No, you insisted that Stella had to speak to you.
That's right.
Have you got a phone number? And then at that point, could I finish what I'm saying, please? Could I finish what I'm saying, please? Right? You wouldn't accept it. The AGM disintegrated into a half-dozen different conversations. That was it over. I was put in a very compromising situation. What was I supposed to do? Say to Stella, I've paid my rent money, but I've not paid yours. Explain that one. I couldn't. So I decided to come to the next committee meeting. But when I came, there was no committee. Have I got witnesses here?
Yes.
There was one meeting, we met once in November when Carol was here, and there's been no meeting since.
There's been no meetings, and I've not been able to address this problem. However, one day, without announcement on the notice board, we find that Janet and Carol are in after about 5 months. Stella says, they've accepted my rent money. And I go, oh, that's it, cleared up now. We'll approach Carol. And when I approached Carol, it was one snidey damn remark after another as I'm trying to give her my rent money. And it came to the point where I went, I can't be talked to like that anymore. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done a damn thing. And yes, it got out of hand. But that's the story.
Well, I still don't follow. Why are you paying somebody else's rent?
Because they're not here.
Exactly. So what's the problem about paying it in advance, as you should be doing?
I don't know
yes,
advance.
It's by the
Nobody has done anything
No, that's
wrong.
the last day you pay, not the first day. No, it's not.
No,
it is not. It's in the rules, and it's been in the rules since I've been in this plot.
No.
Yes,
nobody was doing any harm.
Excuse me, the rules were on the notice board. All of
Nobody was doing any harm. We were just trying to pay rent. Nobody was doing any harm. I haven't done any harm.
Exactly. And plus the fact that Stella's plot had about 2 square feet of ground dug over on the...
Her rent has been accepted.
Because
her rent has been accepted.
To Stella, and somebody else's plot money's got nothing to do with the individual plot holders. It's to do with the individual herself that's got the plot. Now I already spoke to Stella on the phone regarding her plot, and I says, you better get your bum down and get some work done. Didn't I?
And she's got some work done.
She came down. So you paying Stella's rent and us refusing.
I'm not paying it. She gave me the money and I'm passing it to her.
That's got nothing to do with you not paying yours. And now
you put me in a compromising situation.
No, not
me in a compromising. The three of you. The three of you did. The three of you put me in a compromising situation. What am I supposed to do? I'm not doing any harm.
You aren't supposed to be paying somebody else's rent. The whole point is,
I do
last
somebody
October,
a favour who can't be here.
That
That's not
doesn't
the
matter.
crime of the century, please.
No.
It's hardly the crime of the century.
Can you send me a cheque then?
Right, can you explain?
We've got the cheque here, we don't know who to make it out to.
We need the detail.
We need the details before we make out the cheque.
You're quick enough to send me a letter, so you obviously knew my address.
We know.
Do you not accept criticism?
I don't know,
Anything?
Not the shouting.
Excuse me, but...
The shouting ball wasn't that much. You exaggerated that.
We're all open to criticism.
You are the people that are at fault.
We are
You
all
are the people
open
at
to
fault.
criticism.
You're
I'm
the
trying to
people
pay
who
rent
are...
money, that's
No.
a fault.
Yes,
It's
because
not a fault.
you are not paying, you
It's
should not be paying for
a
somebody
fault.
else.
You're
And we had
picking on
agreed...
Stella, now you want to pick on me.
No, we
And I
have...
don't accept
Picking
it.
on.
Picking
Picking on. This
Picking
is an
on.
allotment. We
Picking
have
on for
rules
trying
that
to
you
pay
do.
rent.
Yeah, but that's the whole
Picking on
point.
for trying to pay rent, for goodness sake.
But will you try and
That's
listen?
ridiculous.
You don't
It's
pay rent for plots that you're not
absolutely
working, and
ridiculous.
you're not accepting that as a rule.
So who does their cheque get made out to then?
Excuse me,
Who just...
Bellahouston.
can you sit down, please?
I'm just using the table to write a cheque, aren't I? For the rent money.
I'm fed up with this.
This will get it sorted.
How will it get sorted? The abuse meeting?
We got the abuse and you exaggerated a lot. You exaggerated a lot and lied as well.
No, I don't lie. The letter was full of lies, right enough.
No, we can read it out.
Last
Well,
October,
I wish you would.
about 4
today's
people
date?
went round and looked at Stella's
right.
plot. There was about 2 square feet dug in it. And we had agreed at the AGM that we were not accepting rent money for plots that hadn't been done. And that is why I refused to take the money and said to other people, that is why we refused to take the money for that plot. Are you quite clear on that? Are you quite clear on that?
Are you quite clear that we knew Stella had been working the plot?
She hadn't been. There's about 2 square feet of
She hadn't
ground on. We had given her about 7 or 8 letters during the year about the mess of the place.
No,
It's a lie.
Mary?
I've sent Ashley the
Well,
transit
Is that
I've actually spoken to Michael one time about not
Plots.
come up. When you had your hand, you done your hand, and then you done your back. Now,
Is it go under there?
again, this is
I'm
why
not
I
sure
say
what
perhaps
the
send letters, because
account
obviously
name is. It's
speaking to
probably
them, you come
Plotholders
into all
Association.
Right.
No, well, you can't take rent if the plots are working done. It's impossible.
But that's our attitude. You take my rent and ask me tonight.
Yeah, exactly. That's the very point
Can
we've
we
made
just-
right at the beginning.
There's obviously there's a lot of anger on all sides, right? Everyone's had a chance to vent themselves, so we're going to get nowhere, or rather we're going to be sat here for hours if everyone carries on chatting. So let's stop for a moment and let's deal with these issues one at a time. Stella's plot, Stella's now paid, yes? That's what you said. And are we happy enough that Stella's now working her plot at where we are now? Where we are now. Okay. So, what can we agree as far as Stella's plot goes and the issue of Stella's plot, accepting that June's upset, Janet's upset, about some of the issues raised in the letter, and there's upset on the other side as well that has led to the letter. Accepting all that, Stella's situation now is we're happy enough she's working the plot and she's paid, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and as far as June goes, we have an outstanding sum of money. Is that right, June? That June still owes for the plot, is that right?
And John.
June and John still owe for their plots. Is there an issue with them working their plots? Are the plots being worked?
No.
There's not an issue, there's
No,
just an
they
issue
don't
of
work
outstanding money.
No, they haven't been working the plots.
They haven't been working.
Paid him not.
They've started now. I mean, this is the first year I've actually seen that.
Okay.
John's plot actually been fully dug.
Okay. So what's the position as far as the committee and June and John? Are we happy for them carrying working their plots? Is there an issue here as far as them working the plots?
If they keep the plots tidy and clean, there's no...
From here forward, yes? And do we have agreement that that's going to happen?
Aye, definitely.
Forgetting what's been done in the past, going forward...
The shovel's there, the weather's beautiful.
None of the rubbish in.
We're ready to dig.
Don't be holding any more rubbish in, something like that.
We've got the right money here.
Jenny, okay, step back. What is it? We can ask for an apology. Is there more that you would like
I
to see
want to
happen?
show you the letter so you can...
Okay, we'll have an opportunity to see. But
Well, I'll bring the letter in. No, you were actually asking another one.
Right.
See what I mean?
Can I offer you the cheque then?
Yeah.
I've got that wee out thing there. Is any other? I've got another copy there if that's not good enough.
No, that'll be fine.
Right. Thanks very much.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a receipt for the cheque.